Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Buckeye-Film-Breakdown. Here with a quick film room on transfer tight end Hunter Welcing from Northwestern University. One of the underrated pickups that the Buckeyes have in this transfer portal class. Obviously, Max Clare going to the NFL, losing Will Kazmarek. So the Buckeyes had to address that room. And so they pick up sixth-year senior, might be a seventh-year senior, actually, Hunter Welcing from Northwestern. All Big Ten selection. This is a guy who's got some good athleticism. I think this is a guy who's going to come in and really be an off the ball tight end. They're not really going to ask him to do too much blocking, but he is a very capable blocker, as you will see here in this film room. Obviously, with Coach Key, this is a guy who is going to be asked to block. They're going to have to develop his blocking, but this is a guy who is a receiving threat. He can really do a lot of different things. You will be able to see that Northwestern tried to maximize and utilize him in a lot of different ways, similar to Max Clare and similar to how Ohio State used G. Scott in 2024. And so we're just going to take a quick look at this. Jake and myself are going to be looking at a lot of the guys in this transfer portal class. Excuse me, and just kind of see how they fit into this Ohio State offense and defense. So let's dive into this really quick. Here we have Northwestern against Oregon. This was a really good game for him blocking wise, and so I just want to highlight some of the things that he did against this Oregon game or in this Oregon game. And so here we go. First clip that we have coming up is really just him. It's not too much of a really big block or anything like that. It is really just him just doing his job, really not shying away from contact, just really doing a good job with his feet. Something that I think, they really do a good job of focusing on his footwork, something that that has to really work on body positioning and all those different things. If I can get this clip to freaking work, that would be fantastic. Here we go. And so here we go. Just focusing on the body positioning, you can see it's not anything crazy. It's not anything that's going to overly wow you. The second block is something that I get really excited about. And so you can see in the second block, this is where I think that he is going to really have to develop. There are some times that he does a really good job of attacking hard downhill and really attacking and kicking out defensive ends. This is just a split zone scheme. And this is something that he is going to be asked to do at Ohio State quite often. This is where they ask the off the ball tight ends to really block. G. Scott did this, Max Clare did this. And so he's going to be asked to do this quite a bit. The one thing I like about this is he attacks with the proper leverage, inside shoulder. You can see the defensive end from Oregon really does a good job of trying to attack that inside shoulder, but he doesn't bring enough oomph with it. And you can see that Hunter Wilson gets inside, attacks the inside shoulder. It really does a good job of finishing the block here. And so this is something that I really like seeing, just this aggression. He really takes this to the ground, attacks the correct shoulder, drives him into the ground. I want to watch that one more time. Does a really good job of just really finishing this block. Now, you will see later on in another clip that he does not do a great job of this, and he kind of bounces off Mateo Uiagalelei from Oregon as well. Again, another good job here wrapping up and through. This is something that, again, he's going to be asked to do quite a bit of. Show that clip again. He's going to be asked to do quite a bit of this stuff in our scheme, wrapping up and through, staying square. Again, it's not a huge block, but it's really just about his body positioning. Okay, it's really just about his body positioning. You can see he's kind of a lean guy. He's not overly big. I think he's listed at 230, 235, but you can see he does a really good job of putting his body in the right spot. This is something that we just need him to do in this blocking game. So he's a very capable blocker, but it's not something that Northwestern necessarily asks him to do all the time. Okay. So again, just one more time on this. This is just what I call, this is another way of running counter single, except without the pulling guard. They've got the back and the backfield who's really replacing this guard. Actually, it's not the back, it's the other tight end who motions in. So it's really giving you the same counter action. He just does a really good job attacking that inside shoulder. And so that is just some of the blocking things that he did. Next, we want to get into some of his receiving traits. And this is where I think he is going to be able to excel. So here we have him as an attached tight end. Now, one of the things that he did against Michigan, he was an attached tight end quite a bit more. This is one of the best receiving games that he had in the 2025 season. Typically, he lined up as an off the ball tight end. Okay. When I say off the ball tight end, if you take a look here, I'm talking about like this guy right here. Okay. He was an off the ball tight end. He lined up as a sniffer most of the times. But in this game, for whatever reason, Northwestern had him line up on the line of scrimmage quite a bit. I don't know if it was something pass game related, but you'll see in this film that he did have some success finding some seams, finding some gaps when it came to the pass game. And so here,